Hello everyone, Pownisher here. I found a YouTube channel with the subject line saying, Flat Earth Hoax Debunked Forever. He doesn't do that at all in his video. In fact, he hits so many different topics that I figured it might be pretty fun to go through. Go ahead, let's have fun with this.
So, the animation to your left is the path of the lunar eclipse back in 1999, brought to you by NASA. The animation to your right is the path of the lunar eclipse back in 2015. Do you notice anything odd? Well, the trajectory on the left is northwest to southeast. The trajectory on the right is southwest to northeast. This is completely opposite in more ways than one, and it surely doesn't look like an orbit around the equator, where the Earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees and where the lunar orbit has an inclination of about 5 degrees. These animations here look like two completely different orbits.
Well, since we all know exactly how we got this wrong, let's go in a little deeper. Your two graphs are 7 months difference beyond the years. Obviously the Earth is angled, which you've said, but you don't understand how, whenever it orbits at these two different points, that the moon is going to cross at a different angle. The animation shows it perfectly, but yet you don't understand it?
Hollywood studios didn't send a camera crew to quote-unquote space. It's all CGI, it's all animation. Just like every quote-unquote composite picture we get of the Earth from NASA. There is no live feed from the moon showing the entirety of the Earth in real time. There is no distant satellite showing us actual photographs. Everything we get is animation, CGI, or composite Photoshop, just like in the movies.
I'm guessing nobody told him how expensive it was to send a person to space. And CGI? In the 60s? What?
Nobody dares to question what we've been told out of fear of being laughed at. There is no independent proof that says that anything up there is the way they say it is. Now, hearing this for the very first time is basically like hearing that 9/11 was an inside job for the very first time.
Actually, I don't mind being wrong because it allows me to learn, because I'm willing to change my information based upon actual evidence. So far, you've given 0. And 9/11? Are you kidding me? I'm just gonna put puppies over his conspiracy pictures for a second.
And once you get over those feelings, you'll understand that this is not the year 2016.
Did he just seriously say it was not the year 2016? What year is it in your world?
It's probably not really the moon. It's smiling at you for a reason. It's doing a figure 8 orbit for a reason. And it's not just doing that by chance.
He's a little weird.
Nothing here that we see is there by chance. What is the moon really doing up there? Well, that's the question of the century. It could be a forward operating base, a transport ship, a total illusion of the Matrix. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Is anybody else kind of, getting the feeling this dude's a complete quacker? Yep, me too.
Never forget, we didn't show up on this rock by chance. We were put here. Our DNA proves we were created.
How did you get from a flat earth to creationism? He's a religious nut.
Life doesn't come from nothing. Louis Pasteur proved that 200 years ago. Life can only come from life unless intelligence created life.
As science goes along, we get more information, and this gives us a better view of our world. You're citing Louis Pasteur from the 19th century. This is 2016. Oh, I forgot. You don't think that it really is, but it is. Louis Pasteur only proved that spontaneous generation does not happen. We actually know today that we can create organic matter from inorganic matter. This has happened before. Your assertion that we are intelligently designed is just that, an assertion. You have no proof, otherwise, please provide it, because your box is completely empty below your video.
Science has proven that it takes a leap of faith to believe in evolution. It is assumed that in the beginning nothing created matter. This violates the first law of thermodynamics, a principal scientific law which states matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed.
How does evolution and the Big Bang go together? These are two different theories. Please explain. But the only thing that I can point to at this moment is that E equals mc squared. Yes, that famous Einstein equation where energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Now, as you take energy and divide it by the speed of light squared, you will get the matter. It's just that simple.
But after this, the matter somehow made itself expand. So it came from nothing and it makes itself expand in spite of the scientific law of inertia. Everything that has a beginning has a cause. So what has set these events in motion?
Actually, we don't know. That's right. We don't know what caused the Big Bang. But that does not mean God. That is an argument from ignorance.
Events of the Big Bang. Usually the answer is chance. Yes, chance, but chance cannot cause an event to happen. Chance refers to mathematical probabilities or odds. It cannot make anything actually occur.
This actually kind of seems like a red herring because you haven't said anything about what has taken place, even though we can say we don't know.
So it is believed that nothing created the universe, and sometime later, after nothing created the universe, evolution teaches that non-living chemicals created a living organism. This violates the scientific law of biogenesis, which states living organisms can only come from other living organisms.
As I stated earlier, science throughout time gathers more information. We know that biogenesis, this might be problematic, because life from life, but we have something called abiogenesis, which is the origin of life, from non-organic to organic. We have this now.
And despite this hurdle, it is believed this first organism also had DNA, an elegant and complex information storage system. This violates the first and second scientific laws of information.
We don't actually know that the first one had DNA. It could have been some other form of self-replication. We don't know.
Matter can't create non-material entities. Information is a non-material entity.
Yeah, we are also material, and yet we have ideas which are non-material. What?
Additionally, DNA needs an intricate molecular machine known as a ribosome to decode it. But the instructions to build ribosomes are on the DNA. So what came first, the DNA or the ribosome?
We don't even know if the original organic matter needed a ribosome to replicate. So, again, we don't know.
It's way beyond the chicken and the egg, but regardless of all that, it is thought that natural selection made one-celled organisms more complex. Natural selection selects from existing information.
No, natural selection does not make one-celled organisms more complex. This isn't correct. I know of bacteria that have been placed in scenarios where inside of a lab, this bacteria was not able to eat nylon. Now, the bacteria can eat nylon. Please show me in any way where this was genetic information that was added. Well, as you guys saw, he definitely didn't touch the flat earth subject. And he showed a lot more information that he didn't understand. If you guys see any videos in the future, please give me a shout. I'll see what I can do. Pownisher, out.